let's take a look. We've got our Week 14 matchup predictions. Apparently, there are no matchups, so let's just go take a look at the standings real quick. Let's see who's vying for playoff chances. Let's start at the bottom here. We got Dolphins pod. Let's swim. This is potentially the third Sacco for our beloved commissioner, and yeah, I mean he's got a championship. I don't even think I was in the league at that point. Seemed pretty phantom and lots of Sackos, but definitely can get out of it. He's got zero keeper strategy here. He's got a fall. If he does, Dolphins pod can squeak by the zero keeper. These are our potential Sackos right here. You know, we got Jono and Alvin. So let's take a look at those squads. Let's see what we're working with. Starting with Dolphins pod, who's currently in last place. And we've got Jordan Love going up against Detroit tonight. Devon Achane going up against the Jets. We got DeAndre Swift going up against San Francisco. Ray McLeod against Minnesota. This is where things start to get rough. Jaden Reed, he fell off a cliff going up against Detroit. Kyle Pitts going up against Minnesota. He's been irrelevant. Kenneth Walker, there we go. And a second tight end in Will Disley. So, yeah, it's a bad lineup. I mean, that you could say that outright. I don't think this team has a chance of going to 2-0, being a top 4 scorer this week. I just don't see it. Maybe middle of the pack, the mid 4. But I'm honestly thinking 0-2. I'm thinking 0-2. I think we got another Sacco out of the commish. But let's take a look at Alvin's team. You know, I'm thinking 0-2 for this one too. But let's take a look at it. We got Kyler Murray going up against Seattle. Alvin Kamara against the Giants. There we go. That's the bright spot of the lineup. Algier against Minnesota. We're playing backup running backs. We got DJ Moore against San Francisco. That's rough. DK Metcalf against Arizona. Both these guys questionable, not looking good. Sam Laporta against Green Bay. He might do all right. Addison, got to love him in that flex spot. And then Valdez Scantling. Yeah, I mean, this is a bad team. This is a bad team. This is a team that is potential Sacco, unless Kamara can work some magic against the Giants, which and I'm not saying he doesn't. I think zero keeper strategy has a better chance than Dolphins pod to stay out of the Sacco race this year. With that, let's go up the list. Detrimentally Horny, the Implication, 2 ex-champions just really duking it out down here, just looking bad. Let's see. Let's start off with Detrimentally Horny. We've got Josh Allen, solid. James Cook, solid. Alexander Madison, bum. Ladd McConkey, solid. Justin Jefferson, solid. TJ Hockenson, solid. Keon Coleman, irrelevant. Kate Otten, also irrelevant. So, yeah, I mean, this is a bad team. This is just a bad team. This is a team that traded away all of their pieces, got lucky with the Kareem Hunt ad, kept them in contention at one point, and then you fall off a cliff with that. And that's exactly what happened. So, let's take a look at the Implication. We're looking at Tua Tagovailoa, Cam Akers, Travis Etienne, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Darnell Mooney, Jake Ferguson, Jamison Williams, and Tyreek Hill. This team isn't awful. It's just disappointing. And, yeah, I mean, Tyreek Hill never got going. Jamison Williams was hit or miss all season. Jake Ferguson, solid, but injury concerns. Darnell Mooney, this was the bright spot of the team. Darnell Mooney, Amon-Ra in the trade. Travis Etienne, also bad. Cam Akers. I mean, where are the running backs? Oh, we're on bye. We're on bye, and he's got buys on the last week of the season. So, yeah, I mean these 4 teams right here could easily be the lowest 4 scoring teams in the playoff hunt here. But we'll take a look. We got to keep going through here. We got God Did and Indy's Cheeks. We've got, let's take a look at God Did. He's got Herbert going up against Kansas City, Rashad White, Tony Pollard, Puka Nacua, CeeDee Lamb, Trey McBride, DeAndre Hopkins, T. Higgins. Solid team. That's a playoff team. That's a playoff team. This team's going to squeak in. I can tell you that. That team is going to squeak in, and it's probably, we'll see. Let's look at Indy's Cheeks. We've got Matt Stafford, we got Bijan, we got Chuba, we got Sterling Shepard, Cooper Kupp, Pat Fryermuth, Juwan Jennings, and Nick Chubb. And we're sitting Daniels, we're sitting McLaurin, we're sitting Ertz, we're sitting Andrews. Not a good week to have it. I'm thinking 1-1 for Indy's Cheeks this week, and it's not going to be enough. I'm thinking 2-0 for God Did, and I think it gets them in. But let's take a look at the guys who are currently there. Sugar and Tea. We've got, oh God, what have I done? Okay. Sugar and Tea. We have got the lineup. Oh, he just hasn't set his lineup. That's beautiful. This is a guy that's in playoff hunt, not even setting his lineup. So, yeah, we could probably say he's going to fucking fall short. But we got Baker Mayfield, Bucky Irving, Devontae Adams, Smith-Njigba, Dalton Kincaid, Khalil Shakir, Xavier Worthy. And, yeah, the rest of the team's on bye. So, yeah, what a week to have it. What a week to just throw your playoff hopes and dreams out the window. And Molly's Muffins, let's take a look here. We've got, I think Muffins stays. I think Muff's going to stay. I think God Did's going to jump into that 6th spot. And I think the Muffs are going to hang on. We got Hurts, we got Monty, we got Kyron, Devonta Smith, George Pickens, Evan Ingram, Rico Dowdle, Wicks. Don't love the Wicks play, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. A lot of buys here. And Molly's Muffins is going to stay. They're gonna stick around. They're going to jump into that. And then we got Smelly Coot 1-4. I think this is a comfortable playoff contender here with the Smelly Coots. Joe Burrow, Pacheco, James Conner, Debo, Quentin Johnston, Travis Kelce, Jamar Chase, Jacoby Myers. Solid team. I mean, up and down, pretty solid. A lot of injuries, doesn't help. But this team's going to stick around. They're going to make it to the playoffs. What type of playoff run do they have? Well, you're going to have to tune in next week to figure out what the hell's going on in the playoffs. But now we got T. Mecozzi, Nabers in Paris, and Sim for Sarah. So let's start off with the Mecozzi. We got Russell Wilson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Chase Brown, Marvin Harrison, Calvin Ridley, Brock Bowers, Isaac Guerrero, and Tyrone Tracy. And that team looks elite. So, yeah, we're sticking around. Now, are they going to get a bye? Are they going to sneak in? Pass up on Nabers in Paris? We'll see. We'll see. Nabers in Paris here. We've got Caleb Williams, Aaron Jones, Breece Hall, Malik Nabers, Brian Thomas, George Kittle, Jonnu Smith, and Roma Dunze. Yeah, I mean, this team is solid, but, yeah, the double tights. They're both playing well. Don't love it. Bye weeks are going to kill them. I think Mecozzi's going to slide by Nabers in Paris there for that bye. And then we got our clear number 1 seed, Sim for Sarah. I mean, do we got to go over this team? It's stacked. What did Jono do to the league? He traded him Saquon Barkley, made himself Sacco, and just gave him a championship? We'll see. But we got Mahomes, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, A.J. Brown, Drake London, David Njoku, Garrett Wilson, Mike Evans. Name a hole. Name a hole on this roster because I can't find one. And, I mean, there's guys that should be starting on my roster. I would kill for Najee Harris at this point in the season. And, yeah, we don't got him. So, yeah, Sim for Sarah, that's an easy buy. He's going to lock it in. I think Mecozzi's going to move up one. These are my 2-0s. These are top 2 scoring teams, Sim for Sarah, Team Mecozzi. I think God Did's going to squeak in with a top scoring team. That's 3-0. These 3 guys. We got God Did, Nabers in Paris. No, I'm sorry. God Did, Mecozzi, Sim for Sarah. I think Molly's Muffins or Smelly Coot 1-4 are going to be the other team that goes 2-0. I'm going to give it to the Muffs. I think they're going to go 2-0. I think Smelly Coot's going to sit in that 1-1 spot. Nabers in Paris, 1-1. Sugar and Tea, that might be an 0-2 team. I mean, this is bad. Not setting a lineup, playoff week, not taking it seriously. I think John's going to be 1-1. I think one of these guys is going to be 1-1. The Implication or Detrimentally Horny. One of them. I lean towards the Implication. My team's terrible. But other than that, you know who your bottom teams are, and Sugar and Tea might squeak in down there as well. But what you guys have actually been waiting for, because that's your Week 14 matchup predictions. We'll get to playoffs next week, and we can take a look at it. But here we go. We've got our parlay. We're looking at it. We've been terrible on these parlays. We're about to get worse, or we're going to come up and make up forever all the losses. So we got Jahmyr Gibbs for 60 rushing. We got Jordan Love for 250 passing, Christian Watson for 40 receiving, Amon-Ra St. Brown for 60 receiving, Sam Laporta for 3 receptions, Josh Jacobs 50 rushing. That one was a sweat. Wasn't sure if I wanted to put it in there. I'm putting it in there. Jahmyr Gibbs and Jaden Reed on a score, and we've got $25 to win 901. Lock it in, folks. That's what we're doing. All right, gentlemen. Good luck.